Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Silver at $50 an ounce? Really? Let's explore. We have seen quite a bit of positive movement of silver in 2020. But the outlook for 2021, most analysts believe, is bullish. You get a few that think it may go the other way, at least for a little while. In fact, I think I've heard a fairly good argument and posted a video about why gold and silver, especially gold, could be a bit tepid in the first month or two of 2021. But mostly overall, I think most of us are bullish on gold and silver. But as typically is the case, I've seen it before, but I think it's good to visit these types of articles and predictions to kind of bring a little bit of balance into it. Because what tends to happen is people give prices that are a little bit out there and zany, but we have to look at some of the reasoning behind it and why I don't think this is going to happen. Bloomberg Intelligence is looking at a $50 silver price, and that's according to this article from Kitco. Anna Golubova. Silver's bull market is just beginning, said Bloomberg Intelligence, which sees silver as the primary metal benefiting from electrification and quantitative easing next year. The precious metal will follow in gold's footstep towards its own record high, said Bloomberg Intelligence senior commodity strategist Mike McGlone. Silver may be a primary metal at the forefront of favorable trends in electrification and quantitative easing, with technicals pointing to a nascent bull market. In our view, McGlone wrote on Monday, uniquely precious and increasingly industrial probabilities lean towards the metal known as leveraged gold, following its yellow period to new highs. Now, I do agree with that, and I've actually talked about that in previous videos too. The duality of silver is quite interesting and unique, and it is something that I think really no other metal has in the space of precious metals that silver has. It is seen as a commodity and as an industrial metal, as well as a monetary metal. And it's about 60-40 if you look at its uses and how it's traversed, across the spectrum of between jewelry, which leans more towards the precious side. In fact, people can say that you can have silver or gold jewelry. Essentially, you have wearable money. And new record highs for the silver market would be a breach of the $50 an ounce level. A move like that would double silver's current trading levels. At the time of writing, March COMEX silver was trading at $25.37, down 3.83% on the day. And Bloomberg Intelligence compares silver's price potential to that of 2008, which saw the start of a rally that took the metal to nearly $50. Now, you compare to what March of 2020 silver was, and that was that it was under $12 an ounce in the paper markets. Now, it wasn't in the physical markets. You could not buy an ounce of silver for anywhere near that amount. Annual technical indicators for silver are akin to those during turns higher at the start of the new millennium and following 2008. We see the metal following a similar trajectory as the aftermath of the financial crisis towards $50 an ounce, but with greater potential for staying power on a path paved by gold, McGlone said. The year's breach of the $20 resistance level was very significant for the metal and will help silver move higher next year. Also keep in mind that it did get to almost $30 an ounce. There's a good chance that the 2020 low of just under $12 will be as enduring as about $8.50 from 2008, which hasn't traded since, McGlone pointed out. The 2008 launch pad peaked in 2011, with silver matching the 1980 high of about $50 nominal. underpinnings are firmer this time, as evidenced by the 5-year moving average recent turning upward. A risk-off event like the first quarter could find good silver support at around $20. And I think that's it. We need a support level. And I do believe it's there for $20 for sure. We've seen it flirt with lower numbers, but not much below 23 in recent months here. This year's price action was especially volatile amid all the coronavirus disruptions, with silver first falling below $12 and then surging to a 7-year high of nearly $30. Our take is bull markets are supposed to get overextended, and this one may be just beginning. The market has turned upwards, following an extended period of subdued prices, and may just need some back and fill before resuming the rally, McClone wrote. Technicals point to responsive buyers as more likely to prevail on dips than sellers or rallies. And though some of this does make sense based on what he's talking about here, I just think that silver is too unpredictable at this, at least at that level. I am bullish for silver too in 2021, but I've always said that I could be wrong as well. You know, a lot of technical analysis and a lot of the same type of drivers, but this is a little bit different this time. Not only that, but we also have things like its industrial use. And so that means that because of that, there will be more silver mining as a byproduct of other metals, which means that silver will be mined for likely under $5 an ounce. And that's not going to do a whole lot to really be pushing the price upwards too much unless the demand for it outstrips that supply. And I think that will happen. This is why I do think that silver is going to be bullish no matter what in 2021. But I think that because of what I just said before about the silver's supply and it being mined as a byproduct of other metals, and there's a lot of it that can come out of the ground, it will basically be warring against the silver demand from investment purposes as bars, coins, and rounds, and that supply can be met. And if there is an economic recovery of substantial proportions, then we'll see that case where more silver will be mined, and more than likely it'll be offset by the lack of demand in the investment sector, even though I think it'd be wise to stack silver when the price goes down or remains tepid. I think that will keep silver between the $20 and $25 range into 2021 at the lowest. And I think medium term, it'll be somewhere probably between $24 and $27 an ounce. But if things go south with the economy, there'll be less mining of silver for industrial uses and more demand for it in bar and coin form. And that could probably shoot it up along with gold and snap up a bit higher. And then we could see close to $30 an ounce, or maybe a little bit more, perhaps maybe even as high as $34 an ounce into 2021. But I'm not anywhere near to the point of saying it's going to get to $50 an ounce, because like the article says here, that would literally have to double from what it is right now. Could it happen? Sure. It's a potential, but I think there's, even with the coronavirus disruptions and with high premiums, silver now didn't get to those levels. Now, of course, what you bought it for was over $30 an ounce for a lot of products out there, but it really didn't translate that into the spot price. We'll see how it all plays out in the end, but take predictions like this as for a grain of salt. It's fun to talk about them. It's fun to analyze them. It's fun to kind of see what the reasoning is behind it. And of course, there may even be a motive behind some of these predictions as well, too. They want you to buy in some cases, depending. I don't know Bloomberg Intelligence, what their angle is, but when all said and done, you know, it's really just noise for your personal stacking journey. You should accumulate silver in a fiscally responsible manner. In other words, buy only what you can afford at any given point in time. Do smart dollar cost averaging. If you do that, you're going to do well in the end, because your purchases will essentially even out or close to it. and you will protect yourself, and the value of your money spent on silver and the money that you have in silver as money will even itself out. That's what it's about, wealth preservation in the end. So there you have it. So post your thoughts in the comment section below. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.